I guess what you could say is, as this is an apprentice handicap, sometimes those kind of things do go out the window slightly. If they go a good gallop, he'll really enjoy that. You can see trainer John Berry leading him round himself. Tarbert Ness, who was our current favourite for the opener. Next in sequence, there's a gap back to Individualist, number 7. Millie Wanacott up for Ben Lund, arriving very out of sorts over both codes. This is only his 4th start for Ben since switching from Gavin Cromwell. All of the victories came over obstacles for Gavin. And also for Paul Nicholls as well. He used to be ridden prominently and sometimes even lead for Paul and Gavin over jumps. I wonder if they might try that from stall 8. But yeah, he does need to step it up a little bit. Let's have a look at our next in sequence is number 2, nearer the top of the handicap. This is Fleurman. He knows his way around here, marching around proudly. Donna Murphy claiming the 3 for Patrick Morris. Donna's ridden 14 winners to date, 7 in each of his 2 seasons with a licence over here. And under these conditions, he gets to claim 3, having ridden fewer than 25 winners. Fleurman himself snapped a 3-year losing streak in late March. He beat a fine marker for the grade in Knights Templar, who loves it here. The handicapper wasn't unkind when reassessing him, putting up £2. He ran well over course and distance when bidding to back the win up. He was 3rd, beaten 3.5 lengths. I think forget Haydock last time, hated the soft ground. This is going to suit much better. And Donna taking off his 3 means he's competitively weighted enough now, and he's well enough drawn in stall 4 to get good and prominent as well. The bell's gone. We can pick up a few more, though. Behind him is number 5, Rogue Embar. Owen Lewis claiming the 3 for Roger Teal. Owen's ridden 16 winners to date, 1 from 23 this year, when agonisingly close to doubling that tally on apprentice night at Goodwood. He's the only one in the field, this gelding, who comes here off the back of a win. And what a win it was. 5.5 length demolition job at Lingfield under Marco Gianni. Stayed on well from the midfield to score of 60. This is just his 9th start as well. I wondered if he had more to offer. Could have plenty more to offer as a 4-year-old. And I thought he was an interesting type up in grade. Behind number 3, the 4-year-old filly Verlaine. Alicia Perkins looking for her 4th winner to date. She's 0 from 20 since the beginning of 2025. This filly herself has had a pretty slow start to the season so far, 2 runs on turf. Doncaster over 10 against her own sex, then against the boys over 1.5 miles. She is stepping up in trip. If she stays, it'd be interesting to see what she might be able to offer. Number 8, Carthon, another one I'd give a real chance to, just behind Verlaine, number 8. Mason Patel, he's the most experienced jockey in the lineup, 47 winners, 15 of them this year. I thought this gelding on 2nd start for Emma Lavelle this evening, or this afternoon, this is the one to judge him on. The first one, he didn't show too much on his stable debut. He was beaten 7 lengths by Goolagong 5 weeks ago, 64. He has led before, which I thought would be interesting. I thought he's got a fairly big chance if he can dictate and see this trip out from stall 2. And if he can set his own fractions, then the chance only goes up. So it's an interesting opener, this apprentice handicap. Bet 20, get 20 with Unibet apprentice handicap. It's a London Stayers Series qualifier, 0 to 70 in grade. And we're over the 2-mile trip to kick things off.
Coming out now already. Saratoga Gold.
Fleurman 15-2 further measure. Steady at 11-1 is Verlaine, and Individualist is 80-1. All 8 go to post. We'll start at the top with Tarbert Ness for John Berry and Taron Langley. Anything about today in particular going to suit better than what we've seen of late? Simply reverting to the all-weather, do you think, or this just a little bit easier?
Maybe a slightly easier assignment, but is got some back form which is encouraging Tom, and was eased a pound for that disappointing effort at Ascot last time in a slightly deeper race than this. It is not a deep race by any means, but I would not have put Tarbert Ness in as favourite myself. I think there's some very good value bets in this. I thought Rogue Empire was a very impressive winner 23 days ago when absolutely hacking up at Lingfield over the 16 furlongs there. Was ridden with a little bit more restraint just in behind the leaders that day, has always been rolling along in front, and that was his first win for a little while. So I thought that horse represented a bit of value because he only went at £6 for that performance, and I would have thought from stall 7 Owen Lewis would just roll forward, get in, hopefully take a little bit of a lead and it's probably well in off the back of that run.
Are you expecting normal service to resume pace-wise over this trip here? Like, as in,
It's going to be messy, isn't it? There'll be a bit of a jog on to the first bend, go around the top loop, try everyone gets sorted out, and then they'll dawdle down the home straight as normal. So I'm sure it's going to be messy, and you need a horse that's equipped with a sprint. Further Measure is very capable with that setup. In From Store 5, Alfred Redmond knows this. 9-year-old gelding very, very well. Has won on him in the past with a setup like this, and I'm sure will be seen to very good effect. Is a pound above his last winning mark, and he's going to be very competitive.
So what have you? So Rogue Empire.
Rogue Empire closely followed by Further Measure for me.
Further Measure, pace-wise.
No, sorry, they're my 1-2.
Okay, sorry.
I sound like Rachel Candelora, don't I now? Which is good. But I think Rogue Empire will roll forward from stall 7 and ease over. It will be really interesting to see how Emma Lavelle approaches this with a new recruit. I've in second start since leaving Andrew Bolden's Carathon. Some good form in the book. Is 0 from 10 at the moment, but there's some reasons to believe this horse is well on a workable mark. We've stepped up to 16 furlongs for the first time last time, and I would have thought they'll just ride a bit more positively today.
See, John was 60 the other day. John Berry.
Really? Still riding out with his shorts on a Newmarket?
He did 3 lots that morning, apparently. Just
fit as a flea.
Reminds
me a lot of yourself.
I remind you of John Berry?
Fitness-wise.
Really? You don't mean that, because I walked up the stairs today and I was massively out of breath. There are different types of fitness. And Anthony, I don't have John Berry fitness. I've got another type, but I just don't know what it is.
Tom, I hope you had a good stretch afterwards. Those are some fair stairs, and we don't want you getting an injury, not ahead of your busy summer schedule. The more I look at this, the more I think Tarbert Nest might just be unders. I can see it. I can certainly see it. The Newcastle win was very impressive over an extended version of this trip. He's down to 69. He's still £4 above his last winning mark, but he should be fairly competitive. But if they go how they usually go around 2 miles here around Kempton and plays for a speed and a test of speed and turn of foot, he would be undervalued for me personally at 9-4, because I think there are other chances in here. We don't know absolutely everything about a few of them. Touch on Saratoga Gold, who we didn't see in the paddock. Matthew Lloyd-Slater, who's ridden 12 winners to date in the UK. Most recent win came at Bath in a classified for Tony Carroll, courtesy of Port Headland. This gelding has been hitting the crossbar with regularity. An 8-time winner from 10 furlongs to a mile 6. 0 from 5 over so far over 2 miles and further. He's not doing a massive amount wrong, I thought. There is a bit to like, but I wondered if he might find a 1-2 good once again. Number 5, Rogue Empire, does take my eye for connections that I feel are patient enough when they get these bigger types of horses who probably are only going to come into their own as 4-year-olds. He's a 4-year-old gelding. He showed what he could do last time. If you can transfer that over here, then he could do very well. But I am interested mainly in Carthon in here. Mason Patel up for Emma Lavelle. Second run for the stable. He's going to be fitter for that reappearance over 2 miles here. I don't feel like that's the best run to judge him on, personally. I thought 11-2 was probably fair enough. And I just wondered from stall 2 if he was able to kick on early and dictate the fractions and maybe make this into a bit of a yo-yo test, as can certainly happen in these 2-mile races around Kempton, then he could have a fair chance. He's off 62. The handicap is finally relenting, dropping him a couple of pounds after 4 successive runs off 64. We'll see what happens in the company of our caller, Mike Cattermole.
Very much. Thank you, Anthony. Dunkley on duty for Racing TV tonight. It's his voice you'll be hearing quite a lot of later on as we go through the evening. Here's Individualiste going forward. He's on his all-weather debut today, the 8-year-old. And then Fleurman, who's got a lot of experience. And the last two will be Carthon and Saratoga Gold. Here we go. Almost set now. Ready. No, Saratoga Gold just backed out again. He's trying him again. There we go. Now we're set. And off and racing. A little bit of a coming together with one or two of them as they left the stalls. And 2 miles the trip for the bet £20. Get £20 with Unibet Apprentice Handicap. And moving down the back straight for the first time, the group quite well clustered early on. Fleurman, the grey, throwing his head around in the orange jacket, Further Measure. He's being restrained as Individualiste goes forward under Millie Wanacott and takes them down the side of the course. Leading from in second, Fleurman. Further Measures on the outside, disputing that position. Carthon on the rail, covered up with the red cap of Rogue Empire alongside him. 2 lengths then back to Saratoga Gold and Villain Verlaine. And looking on, Tarbot Ness. If you backed him, don't worry, he's always ridden quietly. And he'll leave his best stuff for the closing stages. He's in about 8 lengths off the pace at the moment as they come down the home straight. They're a nice steady 33 miles an hour in this 2 mile handicap, which gets things underway for the apprentices here. So Individualiste is out in front as they come down the home run, leading by 2 lengths. Further Measure, Alfie Redmond racing in the orange jacket ahead of Fleurman on the inside in the hands of Dona Murphy. Next in fourth is Rogue Empire and Owen Lewis, just ahead of Carthon, Mason Patel. Saratoga Gold under restraint there in the striped jacket for Matthew Lloyd Slater. Villain Verlaine on the inside for Alicia Perkins, I should say. And then last on is Taryn Langley on Tarbot Ness, and she's about 6 or 7 behind now as they move across towards the far side of the track here. So fractions being set by Millie Wanacott in front on Individualiste on his all-weather debut here as they go past the mile start. So they're halfway and move down the far side of the racecourse. Further Measure still tracking in second. All of them comfortable at this stage. Fleurman in third. The big horse ahead then of the impressive Lingfield winner Rogue Empire on the outside. Only about a neck down in fourth place. And then comes Carthon on the inside of Saratoga Gold. Tarbot Ness at the back of the field with Villain Verlaine, who's taking a little bit of a grip at the back there in the pink jacket. Moving down the far side, having passed their point of departure as they continue their journey towards the final and inside the final 3/4 of a mile as they leave the back straight behind them. Individualiste, if he stays in front, it'll be an enormous upset here, leading by a neck from Further Measure, who gets a little bit closer now, easing into it now. He's settled beautifully today. Followed in third then is Rogue Empire. Pushed along is Fleurman on the rail. Saratoga Gold yet to be asked as they come down to the entrance to the home straight. Carthon is next. Tarbot Ness still being ridden chilly at the back there by Taryn, and then on the inside is Villain Verlaine, who's in touch with them as they thunder down the home straight now, just approaching the final 1/4 mile, and Rogue Empire has struck the front and makes his bid for glory. Owen Lewis out in front here, pushing him away, and he's gone up by 5 lengths here very quickly and very impressively. Rogue Empire, who was really good at Lingfield 3 weeks ago. He looks as though he's in the form of his life at the moment. He's 6 or 7 clear. Tarbot Ness has emerged from the pack to go into second. Villain Verlaine has switched round, is challenging as well. This is oh so easy for Rogue Empire. He's down, wins again. Villain Verlaine was second. Tarbot Ness and Carthon back in fourth.
He has absolutely routed them. Roger Teal, he's got another good one on his hands, I think. Well, a good one at least for this type of grade. That was mighty impressive. Back-to-back wins for Rogue Empire. Owen Lewis claiming the 3 for Roger Teal. That's win number 17 for this apprentice. He might feel it could be win number 18. If it wasn't for the short head second on Dancing Tiger for Roger last Friday at Goodwood, all is forgiven. Wow, that was quite something, Rogue Empire. He was settled. He was switched off nicely by Owen, wasn't he? Just to get in that kind of nice rhythm. And he was up 6 pounds, but he made an absolute mockery of these. Now, to be fair, he was, if you can call one unexposed in this handicap, it was him. Last time he'd really shown what he can do, that little bit of patience with Roger. And a fair play to Roger, hadn't been getting the rub of the green in the last few days. A short head second on apprentice night at Goodwood. Then a second once again, and a steward's inquiry call, but the result didn't go his way in the 2-year-old race at Goodwood as well. Well, this will be a just tonic. Owen Lewis has steered Rogue Empire to back-to-back successes. And you wonder exactly what they might be thinking with him. Now, we're not getting carried away. We're not going crazy. This wasn't much of a race. In form terms, I mean, you've got the old likely types like Fleurman, who's just doing what he can do. Tarbert Ness showing that little bit more. And my selection, Carathon, who I'm still not 100% convinced over 2 miles, but then again, he was a little bit further back than ideal in a race where it was ridden for a bit of a turn of foot, but the turn of foot was all Rogue Empires, who put these to the sword at the top of the straight and has never seen another rival after that. 5-1 if you kept the faith. Owen Lewis up for Roger Teal has taken our opener apprentice handicap.